Good morning from Yami BTV. Wishing you all well today. Sending loads of love to you all as usual. Hoping your day is going to go the best it possibly can. Fresh from the live last night. I went straight to bed. I was emotionally, spiritually, and mentally shattered over the last few weeks, especially going through now the best phase that I've had since being released over 3 years ago now. And many messages I'm waking up to this morning around the country, Yami, we're concerned a little bit, with the way, peace, the best way to, you described it properly, mate, is that it was a therapy session for me. But it must have been, them emotions must have been swimming around inside of me for quite some time. And the way that I was left feeling, I was expressing it, and it was a lonesome place for me. And you lot are rushing in, Yami, I'll go down, but I don't like it. What happened? Yami, no, you're not telling us something. Did they do anything? No, they never. It wasn't. I allowed myself to feel the way that I felt based on seeing people the day before and then seeing a complete different change in their behavior the next day, and apparent to me that something had gone on since I saw them yesterday. So then, we got the sixth sense feeling. We're not being overly sensitive or paranoid. Wasn't definitely not that. And then getting the whispers, yeah, but they said that, she said that. So I was left feeling all alone. And then when they was digging me out a little bit as well, with little things, trying to get a reaction, trying to say they didn't want me in there, I realised it, and I won't be going back there. That's how you feel about me, very judgmental people. But I was raging at first. My feelings were surfacing. I was thinking, boy, you know what I mean? One man in particular, but leave it, that's irrelevant, because we know I did the right thing. I stayed self-control. But when you get on, it swims around and torments you. I was having a talk with Michael yesterday, and he was saying, yeah, I mean, it's sad, the world out there and the way that they can hear things and do things and blah blah blah. What's my part in it all? Probably while I was drunk a couple of weeks before that, probably talking a lot of shit about the past, and I did this and this, that, when really in reality I never, you know what I mean? We could say how long David Warren you got on that. But at the same time, I'm not going to be so easy again. You lot say, no, don't change, Yami. Don't be happy-go-lucky, free spirit. It's not all everyone's way. And their stuff is their stuff. There's nothing we can do about that. But what it does to me is I won't let you through the door again, because after you spend time with me and see who I really am, you wouldn't be thinking those things, which many of you know from all of us being together. We know exactly how we all are. So no concerns there from last night. I didn't want to worry no one, man, but I was emotionally shattered. But that was my best sleep of the whole month, believe that. And we're coming up with more big content today. So the stuff with the fear factor, with the fighting thing inside there, answering two of your questions yesterday. No and yes. I always believe when I produce real big performances, right, that stunned a lot of people physically with the fighting thing, is because the feelings that brought about my reaction to the fight that day were, I felt insecure. I'm not being a victim. I'm in the right here. You're not running all over me. So you really wanted to fight that day. But there has been times, like the fight I explained yesterday with the McVicker thing, was when I was walking, I was feeling, on another time I had a fight like that, but when I was walking to go towards the fight, I felt insecure, and you didn't perform at your best. You didn't really want it, so you can come unstuck. It's always based on your emotional makeup that day. Just because you can fight and you win most of it, it's not always every day that you're going to be able to find that same thing. It's only one moment of weakness when the proper fighters fight. If one of them is not absolutely ready that day, that could cost them the whole fight. Because your emotional being, you have to stay controlled and think. The difference between boxing and being, refereeing, that is in there. There's no place to hide. So you got to think of all possible outcomes. You could, after the fight, it might have been a quick fisticuff, but afterwards you got to think: is he coming back? Is it going to be on? And let's settle the score. You don't want to be looking over your shoulder all the time. But that's the way that it is in there, with the heightened, all time to yourself, with the thoughts that go through your head. You're thinking, yeah, but what if he sneaks up, and what if he does? There's no rules in there. So there were times when I bottled it in retrospect, where I think, because I learned from the past that if you fight on days where you don't feel up for it, you can get severely, severely hurt. Better to leave it for another day, or wait until, it's definitely no way out of it for you, and you have to fight to survive. It's the only way, I believe, that brings out what's probably the best form of defense to offense, if you get what I mean. But that's the reality of it. The fear factor, it can make you melt, or it can make you, be so, and both emotions will definitely deter the outcome of the fight. Have a blessed day. Sending special love to you all. We're gonna come up with some more stuff very, very shortly.